The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Hello, YouTube. Seems like every now and then you gotta sit down and scream. I guess that's why I'm using this little flickery thing you see going on here, because that's what's basically going on. Just want to scream out loud and get serious. And to a serious note, it's here we go again. And it's, it's just crazy with all the stuff that's going on around this guy right here. Let's see. We got a bill passed that he wanted made into law, and makes like he didn't want it into law. He plays an internet game with everybody so he can change law at any given moment, because us the people, we don't stick together, and he's using that against y'all. Well, it ain't him, he's just a puppet master, but he's pretty slick himself too. Don't let him fool you. But I'm gonna tell you something, folks. What you see here, it's not smoke and mirrors. Everybody thought and thinks that it is. It's just smoke and mirrors. Well, it's not. The man is not an American citizen. You say, how can you prove that? Well, I guess I can scream some more. But all of it really boils down to is this, folks. The man is a fraud. And when we get through reading this little clip, you will know exactly what I mean by that. Exactly. I'm going to provide all the links to this. And I'm going to add one more, because I want you to verify it for yourself. I want you to study the situation. I don't want you to think that, there's not something going on that I'm trying to lie to you about. I'm not lying to you. The man is a fraud. Guaranteed. Why would a man that was supposed to be born in America, that was supposed to be an American, want to destroy our Constitution? If he was really an American and he was a true patriot, why would he want to destroy our Constitution? The man has done everything in his power that he was voted for, done the total opposite of everything he said he was going to do, and he destroyed and is doing a very good job of destroying our Constitution. And us people are doing nothing to correct the problem. Well, let me say, we're not all doing that. There is a bunch of us out there trying to make it better and trying to expose the truth. But it's very hard to do so without help from everybody. So we're going to all have to get together and make it right. And scream out like this photo, this blinking photo. Get out there and scream. Now I'm showing you the birth certificate. There's everybody has come up with different solutions about the birth certificate and how it's a fraud and how it ain't no good. Well, I'm going to show you a part that it's impossible to do. I've made videos on this before, and I will put this video in the same area. But if you pay attention to each time I blow this up, which you probably, if you've already seen this, you already know. But as it gets closer and closer and bigger, you will see something that just is absolutely going to blow your mind. Oh my. Let's see. There's a smiley face in the A. Oh my God. Folks, if anybody out there thinks for 1 minute that wasn't deliberate and that wasn't put in there for a reason, then there's something wrong with you. There's a nose, there's an eye, and there's a smiley face. And there ain't no pen in the world going to write that down under no circumstances. The odds of that happening with a ballpoint pen, because it has a hair on the end of it or a piece of dust, the odds of that happening is probably 1,000,000 to 1. Especially when you look at the eye dot and it looks like a heart. There's another one. Okay, folks? I mean, how much more proof do you literally need to know that if the notary's signature is a fraud, it was drawn in and then shrunk down to where it was barely noticeable? Don't you know that the rest of the document is a fraud as well? Trump forced his hand and made him do something. Well, he made a mistake. They made a big mistake now, didn't they? So how much more proof do y'all need that the man's a total fraud? I mean, you got all the proof you need right here. That's all you need. This is it. The man's a fraud. He needs to be arrested and thrown in jail and locked up. And all laws that he has tried to pass and has passed need to be null and void because they're no good. Especially this one right here. This is unconstitutional, folks. This is your Constitution. He is tearing up, and your Bill of Rights. Your 4th, your 5th, and your 14th Amendment. He's just tore them up. Scratched them up, rolled them up, and threw them in a fire with this bill right here. Don't y'all understand that? I mean, I hope you do. I know there's a bunch of you out there that does. I'm not being mean to anybody. But folks, this has got to go. And if the ones of you that don't know what this means, this is an upside down flag. And I will praise any one of you across the United States, anywhere in the United States that has a flag hanging. If you got the balls that you can reach down there and snatch up and turn your flag upside down and let everybody know that you're proud to be in America and you know that your country's in distress, then you're doing your service by flying your flag upside down. You are doing a great service by flying your flag upside down. Anytime, if you go to a Ron Paul's convention party or whatever, and there's a flag, ask him to do the same thing. He knows we're in distress. And if you people hang your flag upside down, or if you go to any of them's thing, fly your flag upside down. Let them know that you know that our country is in distress. And if someone asked you, you'd be proud to tell them why you're flying it upside down. Because my country's in distress, and I love my country. And that's what it means, is I'm in distress. So folks, get out there, pass the message, help the world, help themselves, help this country grow and be prospered the way it's supposed to be. Let's get our factories back in this country. Start building our own stuff like TVs, cars, appliances, lawnmowers, all the stuff that made us proud and won a war that we shouldn't have been in again, as in World War I and World War II. The only reason why we won those wars, people, is because we had the factories to build that stuff. If we didn't have those factories, we couldn't win a war, we couldn't do anything. And we don't have none of that here now. Do you understand, people? You're going hungry because we don't have nothing to build here. We don't have the product, the stuff. Ford Motor Company's made in Mexico and all over the place. Dodge is the same way. It's not made in Mexico. It's made in Fiat. Some of it's made in the United States. Chevrolet's the same way. They're made all over the country. The closest American-made vehicle in this country now is the Toyota, believe it or not. The Toyota truck. The big truck. It's made in the United States. Almost 100%, I think. Except for maybe the bolts and screws and such stuff. It's more American than the American-made vehicles. So people, we don't make TVs. We don't make computers here. We might assemble them, but we don't build it here no more. We don't make nothing here. We assemble. We don't, that is not the American way. We've always built. We've always designed. We still design here. But how much longer is that going to take before we don't do that anymore? They're already moving out. So people, wake up. The things that we build in this country makes us proud and makes us strong. We need to start doing that again. We need the business in our country and sell to others. Not us buying everything from China and Japan and Taiwan and Italy and Mexico and getting everything that we own from another country. It's our technology, but we're not building it here. Why? Because the labor rate's too high. Why is the labor rate too high? Because they don't want us to, they doing that and inflating our dollar so high so they can bankrupt our country. It's a design. They doing it intentionally. You used to go buy a brand new car for $3,800. Now the same vehicle costs you $38,000. Do the math. You used to buy a gallon of milk for $0.25. Cost you almost $5. It's inflation. They've inflated the money out of its own existence. So wake up, people. God bless y'all. Heads up. Much love. And wave your flag upside down. Be proud to be an American. And show your strength by flying your flag upside down. Good night. God bless.